So I missed Solo. I missed Deadpool 2. Hell, I missed Avengers Infinity War. And what's the next movie that I review? Really? YouTubers, gamers, and moviegoers, what's going on, guys? I'm the Messiah, this is Messiah Entertainment, and today we are reviewing The Predator. Guys, this is the sequel slash reboot to the original Predator films, directed by Shane Black, starring Boyd Holbrook and Olivia Munn. And I gotta admit, upon seeing the trailer, I was pretty interested. It looked pretty good. Though upon hearing how some of the people were reviewing this, from Rotten Tomatoes to YouTube reviewers that I like and watch, it seemed like we were gearing up for a pretty bad film, and I was confused because I was like, you know what, Shane Black, he has his good films. The Nice Guys is really good. Iron Man 3 was a cool movie. The guy's done some pretty cool stuff, so I was expecting this to be pretty interesting. It had a bit of a comedic tone in the trailer with, Keegan-Michael Key in the movie, but I was still optimistic. I've gotta say, guys, upon watching the finished film, I gotta disagree with the majority of the critics on this one. I actually really enjoyed this movie. One of the biggest gripes I heard about this movie was how comedic it was, and I can't help but consider that a positive. Throughout the entire movie, pretty much all of the comedy was hitting, and it had me and the rest of the audience laughing throughout. That's pretty much all I wanted. While I guess the original film is like an action slash horror film, this side plays a lot more to, an action slash comedy movie. And I guess because I'm not so invested in the Predator series, I don't really have a problem with that change happening. At the end of the day, it has some pretty cool action scenes and some really funny moments, and it keeps me entertained all the way throughout, and that's pretty much the most I can ask for. With that being said, I think I was expecting a little bit more on the horror slash gore section of the film. A lot of the deaths that happen, there are some brutal ones, but the camera kind of moves pretty quickly so that we kind of cut away from the gory, really bloody scenes, and I kind of wanted them to linger on that. I remember when I was younger watching the second film and remembering how brutal and how gory it was. This one definitely feels a bit more watered down than the other installments in the franchise. That would probably be one of my biggest gripes. I just wanted a little bit more of the brutality of the Predator. The characters, you care about them, they're likable enough that I want to see them make it through to the end of the film, and there's some interesting story things in here too, with different types of predators being hybrid forms and, advanced forms, and other predators hunting other predator clans and stuff like that. That was really kind of interesting. Sometimes you see a little bit of predator on predator action. That was really cool to see too. Maybe a little bit more of that would have been nice, but the small bit that you do see is kind of cool when you see it. Besides the fact that the horror and the gore section could have been amped up a bit, I would say the only other big issue that I had with the movie was kind of how it ended, how they take down that final big predator. It kind of just seemed like they shot at it for a bunch of times, and then, finally just they got enough shots in and he died. I was kind of hoping that they might have to outwit it or something. In the first one, he had to use the mud to cover up the heat of his body heat and everything, and he had to outsmart the Predator. You know what I mean? So he was the apex predator at that time. I don't know. I wished it had been a little bit more than what it was. It just seems like they just kind of shoot at it with different things until finally it drops. It was a little bit, it could have been played up a little bit more. Other than that, I think the ending scene was a little bit awkward. Like, it didn't really belong as the ending scene. Maybe as a post-credit scene, but I just felt like it didn't really belong. But at the end of the day, all these little gripes, none of them really hurt the film. This is why you gotta go to the movies and make your own decision about things, because I 110% disagree with pretty much all the critics that I've seen talk about this movie. I had a really good time with this movie. I would definitely recommend you guys go check it out. Had a good story, had some good action, and it was very funny. What more can you really ask for out of a movie? Definitely recommend you guys go check this out, but that's just my opinion. I'm sure you guys got your own. Let me know in the comment section down below. What did you guys think of The Predator? Did you love it? Did you hate it? As always, you guys can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe. That's it for today, guys. I'm the Messiah. This is Messiah Entertainment. I'll see you guys next time.